All right, I found an article. It came to my phone, really. And I want to talk about it real quick because this is interesting to me. Apparently, we are entering the new generation, right? So, according to New York Post, it was posted like a few hours ago today. Y'all see that? Yeah, it's can. Babies born in 2025 will be part of a new generation, Gen Beta. When I saw this, I said, I gotta read it. I need to know what's going to happen for the next decade. Apparently, a generation is 14 to 15 years long. I guess that, or the year after you turn 13. I saw something in this article that it made me want to talk about this online. And Generation Beta will live in an era where AI and automation are fully embedded in everyday life, meaning that there is nothing much to be manual. Anything it's like preferential, like you want to do things yourself, and there's not going to be the idea of that anywhere, mostly, to do it yourself. It will be I think a common thing around that time that it will behoove you to have tools to do it for you instead of you doing it yourself. Let the money work for you. That will be the tagline, I guess, something similar to that. There will be the next tagline to push this type of ideal. Anyway, everyday life, from education to workplaces to healthcare and entertainment. Yeah, it's gonna be everywhere. They will have a different approach to social media. They're gonna have a new outlook and idea of what racism is as well, by the way. They will have a different understanding of how word usage is as well, how words are being used. The societal norm is going to be drastically changed. Gen Z parents are more likely to strongly agree that limiting their child's screen time is a high priority for them, which it is. But we don't necessarily know yet how that neurotically affects the child, like in the brain, like what kind of impulse it will actually cause, and will force that child to make, like what the decision will be next, what options will be available to them at that particular time as well too. Like the environment has to matter in these points being made too, like what kind of parents, what kind of household they're in, what kind of friends, what school they go to, stuff like that. A lot of variables. Generational researcher Jason Dorsey pointed out that Gen Betas will be born in a post-pandemic world. Pointed it out that Gen Betas will be born in a post-pandemic world. I forgot. See, the kids that were born in the era of COVID are not actually will be literally called COVID babies. Technically speaking, it will be them, the Gen Betas. Technically speaking, because during COVID is part of the old world. This is a new world after even at work, everything has changed due to the fact of COVID. This is I find this interesting, actually. Wow, post-pandemic is insane. Something to think about, though. That would make me want to talk about it on here. So us millennials right now, we have to have kids right now to see what this means. If we had kids right now, we would know what this means in the next 10 to 15 years, which they will learn about in history class. Do you understand what that means, bro? That's insane. No. They gotta they're gonna have to have a conversation about COVID in class as a history lesson. Y'all understand, this has to be, pandemic has to be in part of the, not syllabus, but like a talking point that, which is whatever the subject is in the syllabus. It has to be talked about, discussed. Then there's going to be papers done about this. There's going to be college classrooms creating assignments. I mean, of course they already have been doing it, but still, this happened just a few years ago. And we're already talking about the next generation after the one we just had. I'm just old, bro. I'm just getting old. I'm only 33 years old. And we're talking about the second generation that's coming after, bro. I was 18 years old. 18. When the new generation started. Generational Y, right? No, we're Y. Generation Alpha will be the demographic and power, and the hot button issues will be topics such as worsening climate change. We don't know necessarily that's to be the case. They just assuming that. They're just thinking that. We don't know what's about to happen, bro. We don't know what these kids. The kids are not even born yet. The kids are not even fucking born yet. So we're just assuming that. We don't know what's about to happen. That's a huge stretch, if you ask me. I don't think this new generation is gonna give a fuck about the climate. So they're saying this to force that to be the conversation. That's how they throw in little hints and little subliminals all over the place, like Disney, like you know what I mean. They throw it all over the place so that it'll cover its own bases and like create this little environment bubble that when the kids grow in, be born into it, they will recognize it immediately, like that, like real quick. And don't believe in this. This is trash. We don't know that for sure. They ain't even born yet. When Gen Beta is old enough to vote, climate change will continue to be a really big deal for them. Yeah, they're just forcing that. Okay, that's it. Wow. I just found it interesting. That's all. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. All right. Peace.